Well, as we were speaking a lot about social media, I want to know about not your role models, but role models in general, like Andrew Tate. I think Andrew Tate, a lot of Andrew Tate fans are going to watch this.
Hope not.
No.
He's about to get slid.
But no, go on. Is he really that bad for men, or is there some positives that you can see in Andrew Tate?
I think there is minimal positives.
What are they? Go on.
In terms of just the way he speaks to men in the sense of better yourself.
Yeah.
When he's like, you can achieve greatness or whatever the fuck he says. I don't know.
Right. Well,
But like
anyone
when he's
can,
talking in terms of like wanting to better yourself and to, achieve the things that you want to achieve. That's all great.
Okay, yeah.
Abusing women, however.
I don't think that's actually... Nah, you know what? I don't think that's actually been...
Have you not seen the video?
What video? I actually haven't seen the video.
Of him literally abusing a woman?
In that weird sort of kinky thing that he did. I swear that's and the girl spoke about it, I swear.
Okay, I might only have half the story here.
I think the girl spoke about it, but...
What did she say?
She said that it was literally all a part of that time and everything was...
Okay, I will withdraw that from the conversation. I do think he's a prick, though.
Okay, so what's the... It's going to be a fun debate. What's the...
I just...
There's no... Oh my god.
I really have nothing to back up. I just think he's a bit of a prick.
Liv, man, you can't do that, bro. You need reasons, man. You need reasons. Go on.
I just don't like the way he speaks down on women, because I've heard enough of like the stuff where he's just kind of like slated women. But to be honest,
But he's also said a lot of good things about women. Like
Has he?
They need to be like protected and provided for, which is very old mentality. But
it is an old
that's
mentality.
still like...
I mean, it's gentlemanly, I guess,
Yeah,
in the sense
yeah.
of like if he's wanting to protect women, great.
But that's his whole thing, though, isn't it? It's about bringing that whole masculinity thing back, because the masculinity now is slowly depreciating, in my opinion.
Is it a necessary thing to keep up, though?
Yeah, I think it is, man. Because men, masculine, female, feminine. I feel like those roles, if males start doing feminine traits, that's going to be really weird for the future and like how people are perceived. I feel like we've had something for centuries, and to just suddenly switch that is like, what? Do you get what I mean? Like, it's kind of like switching.
I don't think it's a massively.
There's not
switch.
everything that needs to be kept with masculine stuff. Like, everybody can work now. Girls can work if they want to. They can be the breadwinner if they want to. Personally, I do agree with the guy providing and protecting for the family, because that's just how it's been for centuries. Mm. And I think that's something that's positive.
Honestly, in that case, I don't really care. In terms of if I was in a relationship and I was a breadwinner,
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Would the guy not feel emasculated, though?
Should he need to?
Yeah,
All that
mainly
really
because
matters to me
mainly because of how it's been, everything like that, like all the stuff that's happened before, like even like the whole men don't cry stuff. Like, men now know that they can't cry, they can cry, but for centuries they've been, and their ancestors have been told like, man up, don't cry, everything like that. So outrightly it does affect them as well.
Yeah, I don't. But is it a necessary upset? I feel like there's so many things in the world that could be, our energies could be more focused on than not feeling emasculated. Is like, not like everyone is valid to feel their own feelings.
Yeah.
But in that sense, is that something that, if there's something going on in your relationship and you're feeling emasculated, then that's something that you need to bring up with your partner and discuss. But I don't feel like it should be because your partner's earning more money than you should feel any less of. So, for instance, like, if my partner earns more money than me, which he does, I'm not going to turn around and be like, back to the 1940s.
But one of the reasons is, the main reasoning of why men feel so, like so much influence with that is because of how much it impacts them as an individual. Like, men are, like, literally don't have much value. This is going to be a bold statement. They don't have much value unless they can bring themselves up and get that. Like, if you're like...
I think men have much value in the world.
I mean, they do, but there has to be a certain stage that they can get to so that everybody can give them that value. Like, I feel like you need to be earning money and, like, have like a sort of representation about you. Like you need to have a reputation so that people can perceive you like that. I feel like it's a big thing. Sorry, my
brain's just been mangled there. What?
No, as in like, you have to work for status basically. Everybody has to, but a man can only be so respected until he gets to that stage. Like he needs that sort of stature to be respected in the workplace. I feel like outrightly, women can instantly get affection. Like that's it. That's why after a breakup, everybody says hit the gym, because guys aren't going and getting like multiple women, and I don't think the average guy can't. The average guy legit can't.
Really?
The average guy can't. And it's so much easier for women because of how men are. They can easily obtain a lot of male attraction and get another guy with, I don't know, it's just a bit easier, I feel like. And it always has been.
I'm left and rendered speechless. I don't really know what to say.
But don't you think it's true though? Like everybody says to a guy, don't get well. Some people might say get a rebound. I don't advise that. I'd say work on yourself, and try and get to a place where you're self-sufficient, everything like that, and then get into a relationship.
Sorry, I was just thinking about. It was actually a previous question on here, and it's like how do you best get over a relationship?
Yeah.
And I was jokingly gonna come in here and go, best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. But obviously that's a complete joke, and that's not recommended. But like as you were saying, do you genuinely think that that's something that women have easier
when it comes to men
to be able to do than men?
When it comes to men and women have it easier in terms of getting more male attention, and guys have it a lot harder, as you can say, like for getting any female attention or anything like that, especially if let's say they're broke, still live at their house, like their mum's house or something like that, and aren't viewed as serious, and they can only get to a certain stature and then they can be taken seriously.
I can kind of see where you're coming from in that point, I guess. I can't actually argue that. You've made a very good point, and I hate when you do this because you actually stump me.
So,
I agree with you in that sense.
Let's go back to the first question. Thoughts on Andrew Tate then? Like, other than, let's say, like, although you haven't mentioned any negative stuff apart from the abuse stuff, other than that, what sort of things are...
I think I don't know whether he's a dick or not, and because you never know the actual...
Yeah, you never know the truth.
You never know the truth of a person until you've met them, and even when you've met them, you never know someone's true intentions.
Could just be their facade, yeah.
Exactly. You've just got to have enough trust in that person to believe what they're saying to you. So, in my mind, he's the sort of person that made a comment that was maybe a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
It went viral, and he realised he could create a career off of it. And then made these kind of out-of-pocket comments, these comments that maybe could be taken two ways, out of context. And then it's blown up into something massive, and now he's got like this... He's got a company
millions.
now, doesn't he? And he makes millions. And I feel like that is something that he has done... Whether it's benefiting the people that are watching his things, or it's benefiting him clearly because he's making money.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know when I watch any clips on him, I don't know whether to take anything he's saying seriously. Is that what he thinks? Is that the way his brain works? Is this something that he thinks genuinely works? Or is he saying this because he knows it's going to get him revenue?
Moreover than that, if there's some sort of advice or guidance you can take from any sort of figure, whether they're being serious or not, if it's just good life advice, like actually just treat your family, like get your money up, be a respectable individual, like surely isn't that a message that we can all take from?
I think, yeah, definitely.
But it just depends on how he says it, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, I think the way that he puts across his ideas can be damaging in some terms. Yeah. I think also with the media that's been online about him, things can be misinterpreted. So for instance, I came in here thinking he was an abuser, but he might not be, and that's not to say that he's not or he is.
Yeah, we don't know.
We have no idea. Those clips that came out, the amount of times that a clip comes out like that and someone's forced to say that oh, it was just like an act or whatever, when in actual fact it wasn't. We'll never know whether he is or he isn't.
No.
But paired with what he releases, and then those things that come out about him, and then, oh, he's actually a good person, oh, he's actually not. When I hear something that he says, I take everything with, like, a large handful of salt. Because I'm like, I don't know whether...
What do you think about him in general? Let's forget about what he's saying. What do you think about his stature? And let's completely forget what he said. If you just saw him, like, in general, and he told you, like, oh, I've done this and this in life, and I have this car or whatever, I have all these successes, would you view him as a respected man?
I'd view him as a respected man, but I wouldn't respect him.
Right, okay, yeah, fair.
Because
That's fair.
If someone turns around to me and is like, look at my car, I'm like, fuck off. I could not give less of a flying fuck about your car.
Really?
I don't give a fuck. I drive a Fiat. I don't care.
So this is where the roles come in, sort of thing, like how...
I think a lot of materialistic things, this could be, I don't know the way this is perceived, but to me, if a guy drives past me and my friends and he's like revving his engine, he's got like a nice car, first thing I do is I turn to my friend, I'm like, small. Like, does not, it's more to like, when I see a guy
what if they're just
past,
doing it in general though?
What do you mean?
Like, sometimes people just rev in general.
Oh, I do. No, but it's when it's obvious they're doing it to like
to
flex.
impress you.
Yeah. It's like at that point.
I mean, if you've got
I am the most turned off I've ever been in my entire life. Like, it's not something that's like I find remotely attractive. However, I feel like and this is, you can call me out if I'm wrong, but in my previous relationships, specifically the one I'm in now, if a guy drives past on a motorbike, and in this current relationship, if a guy drives past on a motorbike and he can hear it revving, even if he's frigging driving, he's checking every single mirror. He's like, where is that motorbike?
Yeah, guys do like
and they like their cars.
Yeah,
so when I see a guy driving past revving his engine and he's like, you know, check out my fucking car, I'm like, is he doing that to me, or is he trying to show all the guys around him
that's what I'm saying. I genuinely don't think it could be, like, most of the time I feel like they don't even do it for girls. Like,
I feel like it's to flex against the other guys.
Yeah.
Which then when I see that, I'm like, you just look like a bit of a twat.
But I think if you've got that car, innit, like...
Yeah,
fair
enough,
yeah.
Drive it around, do what you want. But, like, if you're driving through the middle of, like, you know, a town, and people are just going about their leisurely days shopping, and you're going through in your, like, you know, decently nice car that, you might have worked for, fair enough, drive it round, love it.
Cars can be therapy for some guys, so I'm not even going to slate it. Like,
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But, like, if their aim is to get bitches, doesn't work. I've seen...
Nah, you know what? For some people, it actually does, bro.
No, for me, no. My boyfriend drives a Renault. And it is...
I thought it was a Ford.
No, it's actually minging. It needs a clean, and it's falling apart at the seams. My car has been sat on a driveway for about 2 years waiting for me to pass my test, and mine runs better than that car. It's a shambles. It needs its brakes doing.
I'm sorry,
It's
mate.
got a missing friggin' light.
I'm sorry.
Like, I could not give two fucks about what car he drives.
Right, so you don't view anyone like that, but that's not to say that other people...
Oh, no, definitely not. I've met some very materialistic people in my time, and I think I'd struggle being materialistic, because as a child, a lot of my affection was bought in that sense, like, not to go into too much detail, but, you know, a lot of my time and, like, spending time with somebody, a lot of it was bought, like, he'd, you know, take me places and buy me shit. So, like, since then, it's, materialistic things mean way less to me, because it's
kind
like,
of
it
tainted.
just... Yeah, because it's just kind of like, I feel like you're only doing this so then, like, I like you. And it's like, I don't really care. Like the whole, like, do you know, like, the 5, like, love languages things? Like, I think receiving gifts is, like, the bottom one.
You love giving gifts, though, right?
Oh, it's my favourite thing in the world.
Yeah, you love
when
giving
it comes
gifts.
to Christmas...
Yeah.
It's mad. I spend my, like, last month, I think I might have spent an entire month's wage on, like, Christmas presents for everyone. But I've got a massive family, haven't I?
Yeah, you do, to be
So
fair.
I was like...
That's a decent split for everyone, yeah.
Yeah, like, I just, like... And it's never even, like...
So you've never been materialistic, then?
Not really.
Damn. That's fair, to be fair. But
I was like the tat child. Like you could literally buy me like one of those like squishy balls, and I'd be like fucking set for months.
Yeah.
Like I did not need the expensive things. Like that's why on Christmas, this was a full argument that me and my brother used to have. He used to get like the little armchair for all of his presents to go on, and I had this really long sofa for all my presents to go on. So it looks like I had like twice the amount of presents for him, but in money he wanted like figurines and like expensive stuff, where I wanted tat. I wanted like cheap, crappy stuff.
That's sweet though, man. I feel
so
like...
I look like I had loads of shit, but in actual fact, majority of them cost like £3.
No, that's good though, and I feel like nowadays, the materialism comes in a lot more because of how much we see on social media, like
oh my God,
the flashy cars, everything like that, and we see happiness. We see happiness once we get
yeah,
that.
it's most definitely linked with happiness, 100%.
And I think it's the anticipation more than anything. Passing your driving test. Oh yeah, I really can't wait. Once you do it, it's like oh.
I can't say that's been the same for me,
Yeah,
because it's
that's
been
true.
really long anticipated. When I'm driving, I am the happiest I've ever been in my entire life.
But it's stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to get a better car. Oh, I want to get a better phone. Once you get it, a few months later,
Yeah.
it's a bit
That's
like that.
why I consistently buy new phone cases.
Yeah.
So my phone
oh my
feels
god, that is
new.
a new phone. I've not seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
I consistently buy new phone cases because it makes my phone feel new.